Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. This is the It's Your Healthy Lifestyle show hosted by the founder of this platform, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and myself, Roland Friedl. How important is your health and fitness to you? We show you how you can easily eat healthier every day, how you can improve your fitness and recover much quicker after your exercises and workouts. Families will learn how to optimize their children's health and nutrition. And finally, you will also hear how you live a long, healthy, and fit life into your old age. Join us here on It's Your Healthy Lifestyle.
Well, hello, Roland. Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio and our show today, It's Your Healthy Lifestyle. How are you doing?
Hello, Dr. Jacalyn. Great to see you again, and hello to our audience. I'm pretty fine. I'm here in the south of Italy. I feel amazing good. Thank you. Hope you too.
Yes, I feel great. Thank you so much. And I'm excited for our topic today, prevention versus curing. And, we've discussed before, letting our audience know that we're providing education. We are not medical doctors. So we are just providing education based on our experience and our own research. So when we think about prevention versus curing, some things come top of mind. But I'd like you to share your idea of what a healthy lifestyle looks like for you.
For myself.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I'm a huge fan of prevention. The point is, to make it very clear, is we always have to spend money for our health and our well-being. The question is, do you want to spend your money now for preventing stuff which could be fun, living a healthy lifestyle, enjoying life, or you spend it later when you have to cure your body with spending money on pharmaceuticals, on staying in a clinic and a hospital or stuff like that. So that's the question. We always have to pay the price. The question is, you pay it in advance and you have a little bit more fun, or you pay it later by curing yourself. And I'm a huge fan of prevention because my goal is to live a healthy, fit lifestyle. And the reason for that is because I want to perform, not only in business. I want to have fun when I'm free. I want to have fun when I'm traveling. I want to have fun when I'm together with friends. So I want to be in a full good shape physically and mentally. And that's why I take care of my body. And that's why I do a lot of preventive stuff. And I'm a huge fan of myself, like I know yourself too, Dr. Jacalyn.
Yeah, thanks so much. I agree with everything you're saying. So one thing that has always come up for me, and I've shared this before, I have ulcerative colitis and I've been on medicine for 34 years now. And there have been numerous times when I've said, I'm not doing it anymore. I feel great. I'm not taking the medicine. And then I get only sicker, much worse than I was before. And so I also think it's important to note that even when you're doing all the right things, there might be something at the core that you haven't addressed, or maybe it's genetic. What are your thoughts about this?
Of course, it's not 100% guarantee, but it's about minimizing the risk. It's about minimizing risk. Some people are brushing their teeth every day, and maybe you don't see any difference when you brush the first time, the second time, or after a week or a month or a year. But you do it because you spend a hell of money on when you go to the dentist, and otherwise it's not really fun when you don't have your own teeth for chewing whatever you want to eat. So yeah, for me, it's very, very important to take care about myself. And I guess it's a kind of mindset, it's a kind of education. And that's what we're doing here on USA Global TV and Radio, is educate people and bringing them some examples how we do, for example, on this show, how we do a better, healthy lifestyle. And to be honest, it's not a rocket science. There are easy, small things we can do on a daily basis, with some discipline. Actually, yesterday I had a nice conversation with a friend of mine, and because I'm most of the time I'm carnivore. I feel pretty good, so I try to avoid carbs. But today I had carbs. I had an invitation for lunch, and they had an amazing risotto. This Italian rice. It was just amazing. So I had carbs, but normally I try to avoid carbs. And the funny thing is, I was talking to a friend of mine. He's 10 years older than me, and he looks amazing. He's 72, 73, and he looks amazing. He's on carnivore too. And he said, Roland, I love pasta. I love the pasta. We talk here in Italy. I love pasta. But to be honest, it's a 5 minutes fun, and then I'm fucked up the rest of the day. So the question is it worth for 5 minutes feeling good to have a pasta or chocolate or whatever it is for being fucked up the rest of the day? That's the question. So in prevention is about, of course, a little bit restrictions, but it's not an ascetic lifestyle. It's a few components you have to take care of. It's quite easy. It's simple. And then you have more fun. And I can tell you, as I'm going to be 60 this years, I feel like in my 30s. My girlfriend is 30 years old, so it's half of my age. So I'm full of para. I just love it.
Well, congratulations on your girlfriend. I wasn't aware of that. That's exciting news. No wonder you're all happy and smiling. So I just want to share in reference to what you said about pasta. Yes, we eat the pasta, then we feel like we're just waylaid. We can hardly move. So a conversation I was having with someone recently is, I exercise. And when I say exercise, I'm talking, I am putting myself all out there. So it's at least twice a day for 2 hours. And yesterday, I think it was 3.5 hours. And so I had cut all the carbs out of my diet. And in meeting with the nutritionist, found out that this was not a good move because this person said, I'm actually an athlete. What are your thoughts about that? If you do train hard and heavy, should you have some carbs?
Yes, I think so. I think so. I avoid them because what I do is I just walk my dog and I do weightlifting 25-30 minutes a day, so it's not really hard. But I know that you're giving spinning class. You're a very excited instructor. So when you really do a lot of how you call it, cardiovascular workout, like you like spinning, like running. Of course, you need some carbs for sure. I think so. You need them. But I just do some weightlifting and walking around, and I feel good. Yeah. But to be honest, nutrition is something very special. I don't believe that there is one nutrition tip for everyone. I guess nutrition is something very, very individual. Everybody has to try out what is best for him or her. So I found out for me, it's a carnivore diet is the best one, or the keto diet for me is the best one. But maybe somebody else says, I need carbs, so I need more carbs, and I feel good. Or some people feel good with dairy products. So I can take dairy products. My stomach, I'm really suffering from dairy products. I love them, I love cheese and stuff like that. But I'm suffering afterwards very much. So I guess nutrition is something very individual. And everybody has to try out what is really good for me. Doesn't mean good. This 5 minutes enjoyment is good for the rest of the day. And everyone is different. Some people are, I don't care if somebody is a carnivore like myself or a vegetarian or even a vegan or whatever. Try it out what is really best for you. Where you have your most energy, where you feel really, really good, where you really feel on the peak of your capability. And everyone is different. But I know that when you work out hard, I guess you need much more carbs for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for sharing that. And I do have 2 comments. The first is I didn't get to tell you, but starting on the 12th, I think I'm going to be teaching TRX, which I'm super excited. I just ordered my time clock and my whistle, and I'm going to be military. Let's go. Circuit training. So that's spectacular.
I love the TRX. It's such an amazing tool to really work out with your own body weight. And the way with the TRX, you don't have any fucking excuse. You can work out everywhere. Like myself in the motorhome, you can really put it on every possible thing, and you don't need the gym. So I love the TRX because even when you're traveling a lot, you bring it with you. It's a small bag. And there's no excuse. It's a perfect workout tool, TRX. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I also wanted to share with you, I happened to see on Netflix that there is a documentary. I started watching it, and it's about the journey of 4 sets of twins. And one of the twins is on a vegan diet, and the other one is on I don't remember what you said. It's called the cow diet, whatever it is where you eat meat. They actually, each of the twins was given which diet they were going to be on. They didn't get a chance to decide. And so the journey is watching them, I believe, for 12 weeks to see how it impacts their body. So before they actually start on the diet, they were given all kinds of tests. One of them was even to test their sexual libido, which I thought was interesting. So I'm going to watch it to the end to see how it impacts each of these areas that they're testing. But I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. Instead of just talking about it, let's see how it affects 4 sets of twins.
Well, I know the series on Netflix, and actually a friend of mine from Austria, she gave me access to Netflix because I'm not a Netflix user, but she gave me access because you have to see the show. And I saw the first show one, and ladies and gentlemen, this is not the opinion of USA Global TV Radio. That's my private opinion, Roland Friedl. Okay, to make that sure. For me, when I did a lot of research about the show, and I was looking who sponsored the show, who's an interest show. I'm sorry, that's my personal opinion. It's just propaganda. It's just propaganda. It's just propaganda. The processed food industry and the vegan food industry. It's a propaganda. It's Beyond Beef is behind that as one of the sponsors, and some other ones. I saw the first, how do you call it? It's the first series, how do you call it? For me, it's a propaganda show. The first episode, yeah. The science that they use is very old and not up to date. No, I'm sorry for that.
Wow, interesting. So that gives me something to think about, because I think I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and I was going to speed through to the last one to find out what the results are. But that's a good point to see who the sponsors are. Thanks for sharing that. So when we get back to our topic of prevention versus curing, I know here in the United States, when I was in corporate, the healthcare plans would include gym memberships, possibly going to a chiropractor. There were things that you could opt in for that were going to be covered by your insurance policy, so that they're more preventative, getting your teeth cleaned twice a year. And of course, when you go out on your own, that's all out the window. You have to see what you can afford. How's it there?
Yeah, same in Europe. More insurance companies offering that they cover preventive treatments, because they know when you do something on this side of the plan, bringing preventive, then they're going to spend less money afterwards for hospital stays or surgeries or whatever. Yeah, that's really good. But we have to keep in mind, because I had many discussions with different people about what is preventive. And preventive is something that you do actively, meaning eating healthy and clean, meaning working out, meaning running, working. Preventive is not when you go to a spa and sit in a hot tube and you feel comfortable because you feel less pain in your joints or in your muscles. That's not prevention. That's pleasure. Okay. So preventive is something you do actively to contribute to your health and fitness level. It's something you have to do. It's not about just consuming and being passive, like in a sauna. Sauna is nice, yeah. Being in a hot tube is nice when you go to a spa, but this has nothing to do with our prevention. Prevention is about doing actively, eating healthy and clean, working out, through relaxation. Yeah.
Now, what about ice baths? Is that preventative, or is that? I don't think it's enjoyable under any circumstance, but.
I mean, with Wim Hof, there's a huge hype on ice bathing. It's very trendy. It's a huge hype. Well, I do it too. For me, it's fun but to be honest, before Wim Hof, I always enjoyed cold showers. I always enjoyed to jump in a cold river, um, because I knew that it's boosting your immune system. It's very good for. I love skin. I love a nice, beautiful skin. It's very good for the skin. It's an anti-aging program, so I always use very cold shower to make sure when I go under the shower for cleaning myself. Of course, I use warm water too. I love that. I just enjoy it, especially in winter. But I always finished with at least a 2-3 hours cold shower. Sorry, minutes.
What?
Sorry,
What?
minutes cold shower. So, but it's very trendy now, ice bathing. Yeah, Wim Hof brought this method off, and then in combination with this breathing exercise and stuff like that. Yeah, it's healthy stuff. I also know that some friends of mine, some very rich guys, they bought, at the opposite of a sauna. This, how you call this, this ice. I don't know. You walk in a small room and it has minus degrees, and I know Tony Robbins is doing this. Michael Jackson had something like that. Sorry.
Is it an ice cave?
Yeah, an ice cave. Yeah, absolutely. It's very healthy. Absolutely, it's very healthy. The point is that our society, in the Western society, we have too high temperatures in our living room, especially in the winter. So it's cold outside and we heat inside too much, too warm. We also know that the clothes we are wearing is too much, especially men, when they have too warm clothes and too tight clothes, especially in their sacrum part. We know that the sperm production is decreasing rapidly. And I know a friend of mine, he's working in a clinic in Austria. He's a very famous medical doctor, helping couples to get kids. And I said the problem is too warm and too tight. The men have too tight shorts and trousers, and it's too warm and it's killing the sperms. So cold bathing or cold showering at least is very healthy. Absolutely. Yes.
So are you saying in terms of a preventative for erectile dysfunction, cold bathing is an option?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's boosting your immune system. Absolutely. I don't know if you heard about it. Mr. Kneipp, he was a very famous German, I guess he was a doctor, I'm not quite sure he was a doctor, but he was very into prevention in the 19th century. And he was always talking about moving between hot and cold shower, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. So you're boosting your immune system. It's very, very healthy. So when we go to a spa in a sauna, afterwards we jump in a very cold water, and then we step in a water that's it's about 10 inches or not deeper, and you walk in cold water, then you go in hot water, you walk in cold water, it's hot water. It's very healthy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So there's a great tip for prevention.
Yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts about when people know that there's a genetic history of certain diseases in their family, and they know that they can get tested to see if they have the gene, and then based on what the results are, they move forward with certain preventative procedures?
I mean, when you have some challenges well, depending on the genes, yeah. When you have some challenges on that, you can use it as a nice excuse, sorry to be quite frankly, or you can go forward and say, okay, I don't care about my genes. I invest more time and energy in preventive actions like eating healthy, stuff like that. So we know that that you can change your genes by changing your lifestyle. That's a new science out. It's I don't know if you remember, we had once on Dr. Hammer, Dr. Stefan Hammer, very famous medical doctor from my home country. Actually, we had this show here in Germany. Do you remember? I did this interview with him in German.
I do, yes.
Yeah, and it's called, I don't know how to say in English, epigenetic.
Epigenetic.
Epigenetic, yeah. So in epigenetic, we know that you can change to some point, and actually on a quite high rate, you can change your gene damages by having a more healthy lifestyle, of course. Well, I have a gene damage too. Two of my genes are I inherited from my mom, and my problem is that I cannot. My iron is increasing. Most people have not enough iron, especially ladies don't have enough iron. My iron is like this, and I have to do something. Actually, every 2-3 months, I do bloodletting, so I'm not going to die. But you can't change this. Even if we change my diet, it doesn't work at all. But most of your genetic problems, you can handle them by a healthy lifestyle. Absolutely. It shouldn't be an excuse.
Yeah, it just has to be a way of incorporating it. And I know we've talked about this before, but many times I know people will say, well, I'll just do whatever I want now because I could take a supplement or I can take a pill or I can take something so I'm going to feel better or I'll have better health. An example could be overeating, and then you're going to take something that helps eliminate gas, something like that, as opposed to saying, you know what, I'm not going to overeat. I'm not going to eat too quickly because I don't want to have gas. So this way I'm going to prevent it from the beginning. What do you think?
Well, Jacalyn, I always wonder, when we're driving a car, we go to annual inspection. I don't know how the prices in the US, but here in Europe, it's ridiculous. For my motorhome, it says $900 a year. For my Mercedes, it's a $750 a year inspection. So I do it on a regular base to prevent that I have a damage and a higher cost on my engine. And I don't know, people don't think about it. So they bring the car to the dealer, they do the inspection, they pay, and they go. And when you say something, yeah, you have to invest $700, $800, $900 on your health, they say, oh, that's too expensive. I don't understand the thinking, to be honest. So there's always some, we call it prevention or call it inspection. So the engine is running. I mean, I wouldn't compare our body to a machine, because we're not a machine, we're a human being, but it's about taking care. Yeah, like, go, as I said, I go twice a year, go to the dentist, just cleaning my teeth. I don't have anything in nothing. I have my full teeth, my I do this and this and this. I work out, I run, I do this and this and this. It's the same, like as I said, you have an inspection for your motorhome, for your car, whatever it is, and to make sure that at the end you spend less money on repairing the stuff. And the same is with the body. It's, yeah, you have to do something. Of course, you can say I give a shit on that, and when it's broken, it's broken. I mean, when a machine is broken, when a car is broken, when I don't know, your dishwasher is broken. Okay, it's broken, but man, we have to keep in mind there's hundreds or maybe 1,000, I don't know, hundreds of illnesses and disease, but there's only one health. There's only one health. And I guess those guys who listen to us and they have health issues, they know exactly what I'm talking about. When you have a health issue, you want to spend all the fucking money you have just to get healthy again. So guys, don't wait until to the end. Don't wait until the end, but maybe it could be too late, or even it's not fun. You cannot fully enjoy your life when you have health issues. Everybody knows this, and we have so many people with problems out there. So please start as early as possible with changing your lifestyle. That's one thing. And on the other hand, don't say it's too late. I'm in my 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. It's never ever too late to change. Never ever too late. And it's much more fun when you can breathe freely, when you can walk without getting exhausted, when you can lift something, whatever you want to do. You can join whatever you want to do in your life, with friends, family, traveling, whatever you love to do, but you need a health and fitted body.
Shaking my head back here. Yes, yes, yes. Because if you and I both know of people we've been close to who have illnesses, who have passed, and they would have given anything to change the way things were turning out. And yet it was too late. There was nothing that could be done. So I remember when I was growing up, my father would always say, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, because later it's going to come back to haunt you. And as a young kid, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm invincible. I can do anything. I can do everything. I've got the power. But that's not the case. And so we have to take responsibility for our own health and do the things that are needed. I think one of the areas where people are needing something to help them is in the area of sleep, because sleep is really important. I know at one point in my life, Roland, I think I shared this, I was working my career and I had 3 side gigs, including my own store on eBay, and I was getting maybe 4 hours of sleep, and I thought that was phenomenal. I was like, oh, I only need 4 hours of sleep. But you wonder later, did that contribute to anything else later on?
Yeah, Absolutely. You know, I told you I go bloodlet and I do bloodletting every 2 or 3 months, and I go to a clinic or a hospital. And sometimes people ask me, "What the fuck are you doing here?" When I'm sitting in the waiting room, you look so healthy. I said, "Yeah, I'm healthy. Just go for bloodletting." But when I look at the other people around, mostly people are obese. Many people are obese, so they're suffering from diabetes. They have back pains, pains in their joints, whatever. I said, what a kind of life is this? You know, what a kind of life is with all this pain and the heavy breathing when they walk a few steps and they cannot walk fast. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, guys, if you don't do it for yourself, maybe you have kids or grandkids. Do it for your kids and grandkids.
Well, I just
find
want
a
to share.
motivation. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were finished, but I just wanted to share this, that as someone who is a trainer and who is around young people, I've noticed that many of the people that I come into contact with are not in good shape, and they're breathing heavily, and then they can't bring their heart rate back down, but they're doing the work. At least they're getting themselves out there. So how long do you think it actually takes, Roland, for a person, I know it's variable, but in general, to get yourself into a position where you're on the right path for heart health?
Well, I think we have to distinguish between being fit and being healthy. That's not the same. You can be very fit without being healthy, and you can be healthy without being fit. But my goal is a combination of being fit and healthy. So I know a lot of people are very fit. They train out, they work out like hell, but when they do blood tests, whatever, they're not healthy again. And I have a very good friend of mine. He started running when he's 40 or 45. Did his first marathon, and then he did the 4 most incredible ultra runs in the world, 4 in 1 year. He crossed the desert Gobi in the Mongolian. He crossed the desert in somewhere in South America. He crossed the desert in the Sahara, and another race. And people are dying in this race because you bring your own stuff, you bring your own your water, you bring your own food, and you're running in the desert for I don't know, days and days and days. And he finished all 4 at the age of 60, something like that. And I said, Roland, I have not been the fittest of them because some guys have been much younger, but I was one of the most healthiest of them. And that's what prevented me from being killed on this trip. So I think we need both. We need to be fit and we need to be healthy. And that's not the same stuff, because some people are well trained, maybe slim, not obese, but they're not healthy. So we have to take care about both of it. But how long does it take? Well, it depending on your sex, or your male or female, it depending what you're eating, it's depending on your daily challenges you have, what's your job, depending on your age and your lifestyle. But the thing is, you're gonna improve, and the older you become, of course, it's more difficult. I mean, when you work out regularly on a daily basis, it's easy to stay fit when you're in your 60s. But of course, when you start in your 50s and 60s to get checked, that's a hard way. Of course, it's getting harder and harder. It's not so difficult to stay in shape, but it's very difficult when you start from scratch. But you will improve, and maybe it takes a half a year, or maybe it takes a year to see the difference. But it's actually worth it. It's actually worth it. I mean, people can expect to have a bad lifestyle for 20 years or even longer, and then getting this miracle stuff, signing in a gym, and the next week you see any results. It takes time. It takes time, of course, like everything. And as I said in the beginning, it's about discipline, consistency and persistence, being consistent, persist, and work on that. And to bring up this discipline, and to be honest, I love to work out. And I guess that's what I said in another show. When I was young, I hated to get up 4:30, fucking cold in winter in Austria, to go to the public pool. It was cold too. So some days it was really challenging for me. No, I want to stay in bed. But you need a motive. You need a goal. Why the fuck you're doing this? Yeah. What's the goal? Why are you doing this? You need this goal because some days it's really challenging. I said, okay, your sofa cries, and the TV set maybe shouts out louder than the gym. It can happen. So you need a motivation, and why the fuck are you doing this? I don't know. Maybe it's because you want to look better. Maybe you want to find a new partner. maybe you want to be fit and healthy, as I say, to play around with your grandkids and kids or whatever it is. You need a motivation where you hang on and keep you going. And after a while, I would say maybe from suffering, it is okay. And then from a case, it's going to be fun. And from going to be fun, it says, oh, I cannot imagine without working out. I cannot imagine without going to gym or going on a run or on a bicycle, whatever it is. So it's a process, and we have to stay in the process, being disciplined. And my tip is, what can help you is find a body that is maybe on the same level like you. And then I remember when I went back to the gym in Vienna years ago, I had a friend of mine, and the gym opened at 6 in the morning, and they said, okay, we meet here at 6 in the morning. Every fucking day. And I know I had days that it was difficult for me to get up in the morning because, the night over there was a party or something like that. But I didn't want my friend waiting for me and I don't show up. So maybe it's helpful to find a body and to motivate yourself and kick your ass and go for it. And as I said before, from suffering, it's getting to okay. From it's getting to fun, and from fun it's coming, hey, I cannot imagine what the fuck did all the last years. Yeah, it's fun to work out. And to be honest, my sleep is much better since I work out. I really get exhausted in bed, but most people don't really move. They're sitting in their car, they're sitting in the office, they're sitting in front of a computer or whatever, and then they're sitting at home on a TV set. Your mind gets exhausted, but your body's not really exhausted. And then people are wondering why they can't sleep. They need pills, pharmaceuticals, or alcohol or whatever. When you work out in a gym or you go for a run, for 10 miles run, you sleep very, very well. Absolutely.
I'm laughing so hard because yesterday I did 3 workouts, and when I got home, I was so tired, and I thought, I am just going to pass out. And I slept like a rock. I went to bed early and I was just completely out. But something I want to share also is, people will say, well, you love to work out. It's part of who you are. It's easy for you. No, it's not easy for me. It is not easy for me. It is a challenge every single workout, because I'm not 20 years old. I'm 60, soon to be 61. And every time I show up, and I get made fun of for this, it's like, do you ever do anything in the gray, or is it always black and white? And I'm always go, balls to the wall, so to speak. And that means I have to mentally prepare myself. And that's not an easy thing to do. So I just want people to know that you have to have your why. And you have to know that sometimes you're not going to feel like doing it, and it's going to be literally a pain. So why is it that you're doing it? See yourself on the other side of completing whatever it is that you're doing.
Absolutely. And you mentioned something very, very interesting. That's absolutely true. When I say it's fun, it's the beginning, For example, when I do my half-hour workout and it was fun, then it wasn't good enough because I didn't challenge myself. I didn't getting out of the comfort zone. I just repeated something that was easy for me, and I said, okay, I've done it half an hour. Then it's fun. But when it brings me to sweat, blood, and tears, and then it was a good outlet. I mean, there was always this saying, I don't remember, many, many years ago, it says, no pain, no gain. And to be honest, this is quite shit. When it's not painful, when you're not sweating, when it's not challenging, then it's not good. Then it's not good because you're not getting out of your comfort zone.
So
I don't know what you think, Dr. Jacalyn.
Well, listen, I'm just going to put it out there, but I sweat like a pig. But I know some people don't sweat; they turn red. For whatever reason, they're not able to sweat, but they're all red.
Yeah. They're red and they're on high blood pressure. Yeah,
it could be. And then the other thing is, I always have on my watch, not a paid spokesperson, but it shows me which training zone I'm in, and then it shows me how long it takes to get my heart rate back down to where it should be from when you're really pushing yourself. And that to me is part of a goal as well.
Yeah, me too, man. I don't really watch. I just go in here or here, and then I measure my rate. Because my goal is to come down very, very quick, very low, very quick. So I know, okay, it's really good. Because when I'm too high and it's getting too long on high, it's not because of the workout. I know, okay, maybe I have an infection or inflammation or something like that. So I was taking care about this too. And to be honest, the older I become, the more time I spend on stretching too. So So I feel quite good in working out. I'm quite good in shape, but what I don't know how about you, Jacalyn, what I realize when I'm becoming 60 is the risk of getting insured is much. How you call it? Insured? How you call it? Insured when you hurt yourself? Yeah,
Injured.
injured. Yeah, is higher. So I spend much more time on warming up and stretching. Much more time. And it feels really good.
Yeah, I'd like to add something to that. So I used to play tennis and I stopped playing years ago because that back and forth I was afraid I was going to get injured. And now that I'm teaching spinning again and I'm teaching yoga and soon to be teaching TRX, I noticed that my hands are bothering me. And I think it's also from doing solid core, but your hands, like with the bike, and you're doing so many things.
Yeah.
So when I go to sleep, I sleep on my hands so that the blood is being cut off, here, I guess, at the wrist. And when I wake up, it's like, oh, not the whole night, obviously, but I do different poses from yoga that help cut off the circulation temporarily so you get new fresh blood, and it really works because being injured is no fun. And as we know, as we get older, it gets tougher. It takes more time to heal. So let's not get injured in the first place.
Absolutely. I have the same in my fingers sometimes. And I remember I panicked when I had it the first time. I said, oh my gosh, maybe I'm on diabetes, but I cannot imagine because I'm not a sugar addicted. But I thought, oh, maybe it's diabetes. And I went to a friend of mine and said, no, don't worry. When you're getting older, it's normal. And you really have to take care that you don't sleep on your arms and stuff like that. Yeah, I have to say, I experienced the same. But it's becoming older. Yeah.
Well, I remember the last time I taught spinning, which was a few years ago, my hands hurt so badly and I didn't know what it was. And I went to the doctor and it was a flare of arthritis, which was related to my ulcerative colitis. So when I got that in control, because I was in a flare, then it went away with my hands. But I think now, because I'm teaching or taking class so much and using my hands, like we don't realize how delicate our hands are. I mean, they're so important. They do so much for us. So just take it easy and listen to your body.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I only can encourage our audience, do something. It's much more fun in life. It's much more fun. I'm here on a camping site and I'm actually, I'm I'm now the same age like all the other old people around me. But anyway, when looking at it, most of them are obese, most of them are walking slowly, most of them are bending down. They don't walk upright. Most of them tell me, and that's the reason why I'm on a camping site. I don't socialize much with people, to be honest, because I don't want to hear all these stories about what the kind of suffering they have, why they go to surgery, why they go to doctors. I don't know. I guess 80% of the conversation here on this place is about surgeries and sickness and illness. And I cannot contribute because luckily I'm not suffering from anywhere. But most of the people in my age here around me, my gosh, they look much older and they're suffering from different kind of disease. And when you talk to them, no wonder, no sports, unhealthy food, too much alcohol, no moving, some of them smoking. No wonder.
Absolutely. Well, Roland, we have come to the end of our show. Would you like to talk a little bit about Juice Plus supplementation?
Yeah, yeah. Why not? I mean, when we talk about prevention, I think, of course, because of our lifestyle, when you work hard, 9 to 5 job, even longer. Maybe the whole family is working and maybe you don't have the time and the energy to go to a farmer's market and to cook fresh stuff like that. I know it's sometimes life is really busy. Sometimes for some people it's really hard to really live a healthy life. I understand this too. Not everyone is privileged like myself that I'm just traveling and I have all the time for that. So I know this, of course. So I guess for those who don't have the chance to really eat healthy on a daily basis. There's an amazing option to bridge the gap between what you should eat and what you're actually honestly eating. And as I said, I think I have a quite healthy lifestyle, but I also know that it's not perfect every day. So I started to look around about our supplements, just to bridge the gap between what I should eat and eat. And I was really did a lot of research, and I was always looking for something very natural because, my food is natural. I don't buy processed food. I try to avoid this, the totally processed food. So I eat very clean. And I was looking for a product that is clean too, meaning it's not an artificial product, it's not a pharmaceutical product. It's as close to nature as possible, as close to, for example, fruits, vegetables, and berries possible. And I found the product, actually, my goodness, in June, it's going to be 30 years. In June, I will never forget this. In 1994, I get introduced to a product that's called Juice Plus, or Juice Plus, that the name says everything, more than just juice. And it's an amazing product. So I said, almost 30 years I'm taking this product. I've never been sick, said this. I had some accidents here, but I'm not sick. I'm not having a flu or something like that. I'm sorry, I look like I am. And take care. And I highly recommend the product because it helps you really bridging the gap to stay fit and healthy. And to be honest, it's not an excuse not to eat fruits and vegetables or eating healthy. It's just a good start to bridging the gap. And from my experience, I know many friends who are taking the products. They're starting to eat even more fruits and vegetables. Even the kids starting even more fruits and vegetables. So it's a very good product. Juice Plus, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend. I know that you, Dr. Jacalyn, take it too. And from my own experience, I have an amazing power. I don't have this, this how you call it, this gap in the afternoon. I don't feel tired after lunch. My hair is growing faster. I spent more much on the barber because my beard is growing faster. My nails are strong. I don't have these white points on my nails. And I always had, before taking Juice Plus, I always had herpes around my lips. I never have herpes anymore. And those who are suffering from herpes, it's really painful. So, and it doesn't look good, by the way, especially when you want to kiss somebody. So they didn't show up for almost 30 years anymore. So for me, it's really, really fine. And when I do my blood tests, a friend of mine, my doctor, always said, "What the fuck are you doing? Your blood is like you're 30 years old." I have no issues on cholesterol, on sugar, and stuff like that. The only thing I had is from the genes from my mom. My iron is much too high, but I do bloodletting for that, so that's all under control. So I highly recommend, if you cannot really do it on a daily basis, bridging the gap, supplements make sense. And if you're supplementing, it's just possible something else, please go for a natural product, not an artificial one. Your body cannot digest an artificial product. Go for a natural one. No matter what commercials are telling you, your body needs nature. As close to nature, and that's why I highly recommend Juice Plus. So what is Juice Plus? Actually, I have it here in the corner. It's 4 boxes. One box is a red box. In this red box are 10 different fruits. In the green box are 10 different veggies. And in the blue one, the violet one, the blue one, 10 different berries and grapes. And in the orange one, it's an omega product. So what this company doing is they're harvesting fruits, vegetables, berries, and grapes, harvest them on the highest point, and they're fully rich with all these ingredients, in the sun. And then they make a juice out of it. And then what they do is to preserve the juice. The best way is not to heat it, because then the enzymes are gone. It's not to put radioactive stuff in it. What they do is they dry it slowly, softly. So they bring out the whole water. And as I always say, when you bring out the whole water of my body, I look like a mummy, but I will stay forever. So they bring out the whole water out of the juice, and then you have this dry powder. And this dry powder is a capsule. You swallow this capsule with a plenty of water. The capsule opens in your stomachs. The powder mixes with the water, and you absorb the ingredients of, in this case, 30 different kind of fruits, vegetables, and berries on a daily basis, without any, not non-GMO, without any herbicides, pesticides, insecticides. So it's a natural product. And as I said, the 4th box, the orange one is the omega one. It's a mixture of omega acids. And everyone knows that omega 3, 6, 5, 7, there are different omegas. They're very healthy for your brain, for your eyes, and stuff like that. So I do it on a daily basis, as I said, since 1994, and I will take them on the rest of my life, because it's good for me. It's good for millions of people who are taking it. And if you're interested in, please, when you're from the US, contact USA Global TV and Radio, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. She knows exactly how you can get the product. And then I finish it. The best thing is, kids get it for free. So get the information. If you had kids or grandkids and you really take care about them, get them on Choose Plus. The best thing you can do on prevention. Thank you.
Thank you, Roland. I love the way you say that word. What is it, mummy?
Sorry?
Mummy? We say mummy, and you say mummy.
Mummy. Mummy. The mummy. Yeah, the mummy.
I love it. Roland, you are helping people all across the world. You have various ways that you do such. Please let our audience know how you can help them.
Well, man, if you have any issues or any questions or whatever you want, you're more than welcome to contact me. The best way is send me an email, and then we find a way how we communicate, what kind of tools we're going to use. Send me an email. It's office@, and then it's my name, rolandfriedl.com. I will spell it for you. It's ROLANDFRIEDL.com. Office@rolandfriedl.com. We are more than happy to contact me, and let's take it from there. You know, I can support you in your health and your fitness issues. Actually, my background is I'm a business trainer and consultant since many years. I do a lot of men's work. So, or if you want to live the same wildest life like myself, you're more than welcome. I love to connect with people, and I think it's all about caring and sharing. And that's why I'm a proud member of the USA Global TV and Radio family. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Roland. That was beautiful. All right, we are going to sign off for our next show. And what are we going to be talking about on the Mallorca Connection? I think it's procrastination.
Yeah, we talk about procrastination and the way out of it, because I was the same, like, to be honest. I love to procrastinate, move it to the next day. So we talk about procrastination and how to get out of it. Yeah, that's the topic in 15 minutes. So join us there in 15 minutes.
All right. Thanks so much. We're going to hear from some of our sponsors, and I'd like to introduce one of them, which is the Spin District. If you happen to be traveling to South Florida, or you're a South Florida resident here in the United States, we'd love to have you come and visit us and get your spin on. Spin with us at the Spin District. Our other location is the Stretch District, and I'm teaching yoga as well as TRX there. So we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you to the Spin District and our other sponsors. Let's take a peek, and we'll be right back.
When we speak, we don't hear. It's abundantly clear. Listening lazy creeping, and nobody's gonna win. Look someone in the eye. If you don't, they surely will cry. You don't hear a word I say, 'cause you always look straight away. Listening lazy, drive people crazy. Listening lazy, making us blue. Listening lazy, communication goes hazy. Listening lazy, listening lazy. Da 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 da. Listening lazy, driving people crazy. Listening lazy, making us blue. Listening lazy, communication goes hazy. Listening lazy, listening lazy. When you interrupt your friend, you will surely have to make amends. Lady Bella knows the way to help you listen better every day. And what's that? It's listening lazy! Ba-da-ba-ba, listening lazy, striving for crazy. Listening lazy is making us blue. Listening lazy, communication goes hazy. Listening lazy, listening lazy. Listening lazy, striving for crazy. Listening lazy is making us blue. Listening lazy, communication goes hazy. Listening lazy, listening lazy, listening lazy.
Hi, my name is Zane Carson Caruth, and I'm the author of this book, The World's First Tooth Fairy Ever.
Reading is magic. Studies have shown that reading to your children lays the foundation for greater success in life. Reading helps develop language and vocabulary skills. It helps improve memory, and it encourages curiosity and inspires creativity. The benefits are immeasurable, and as a parent, you'll benefit too. In only 10 or 15 minutes a day, you'll be creating more memories and a bonding experience that will last for years to come. So take time to read to your children. Read them books about things that engage and interest them. Tales of fairies and magic fascinate children, and as everyone knows, the Tooth Fairy is at the top of the list. If your child loves magic, wands, adventure, and what child doesn't, you'll love reading them books from the trademarked series, The World's First Tooth Fairy Ever. Follow along as Bella, the world's first tooth fairy, accidentally starts the tooth fairy tradition. Learn the tricks of being a professional tooth fairy in the book, Bella Starts a Tooth Fairy School. Your child's imagination will soar as you read the adventures of Bella and her magic wand. These wonderful books are available at worldsfirsttoothfairy.com and at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart.